welcome to my studio. Today we're working on the little red truck lantern, and we've put 4 little red trucks on our lantern, and we've put some little guys in the middle with lights, a tree, snowman, and things like that. So it's very creative. You can put your touch on it, and let's get started. So we're working on the little red truck lantern, and I cheated a little bit and glued these ahead of time, and I'm going to tell you how I did that because I needed a truck that fit. This one was too big, even if we did it different ways. If you wanted to put one, you could do that, but make sure you don't put it in the door where you open it. So we have the door. And we're also going to notice that the door, because it opens, is a little bit higher than the other trucks. So know that. So I found a 4-pack of little trucks. We picked up a couple extra. If you need them, you can look for them at miriamjoy.com. If you can't find us, send us an email at art@miriamjoy.com. First thing I did was I removed this part with my wire cutters, and did that to all 4 trucks. Now, these guys have this part that they're kind of sitting on top of, so you kind of have to know that. Now, what I did with them is I glued them on with E6000. I put my E6000 on the back, and then I put painter's tape on them, and you may need a couple of pieces, and left it overnight, or it cures in 24 hours. So any way that works for you, and then that way they're on solid and you're not going to have to worry about those coming off. So that's how I did that part. So we've got them all 4 sides. We've got them on. Now the second thing I wanted to do was put a little Christmas tree in here. And I found these at Dollar Tree as well. And the big one is actually too big. I was shocked. If not, every place has them now. You can find them at Walmart. You can find them at all kinds of places. So I like the tree. If you wanted different things, you could do that. Another thing you could do is come in with little red beads, or if you find any small bulbs, come in with those and glue those onto the tree. That's all kind of up to you. Now we're going to glue this guy. We're going to do him short term and long term, as I often say. Short term is going to keep it on for a short period of time. The long period of time is going to I can't talk here. The glue that's going to take a while to dry is going to be on the long term. So keeping it in place with the short term glue while this one dries. E6000 is a great glue for hard to glue stuff. So this is perfect for this project. So I am going to start, hopefully, here with this. And this is my funnest part, is getting the glue open. And if you have a problem getting the glue open, one of the nice things to do to clean it out is get one of your dryer sheets from the clothes, your laundry, and clean that tip off. And you may also have to kind of clip it off with your clippers as well, and get that nice and clean, and then you can put it on and off real easy as well. So that's a good tip to know. See all this build up, and that's easy to do because it comes out so fast, and you want to get the lid on it before it does anything. And the little you squeeze that, the less of those kind of issues you will have. But you can see I'm just kind of putting this all the way around. It always tells you to do 2 sides, so if you want to put a little bit right down in the middle, right where you think that tree is going to go, do that. You could put all kinds of fun things in here. You don't have to just stick to what I'm doing. Now that we've got that on, we're going to go around the outside with our glue gun. And we're going to set him right in that middle. And make sure you get him on there because he's going to glue and he's going to stay on there. So make sure that's what you want. And then once we do that, I'm going to give him an extra push to get to the other glue. And if your tree bends, just bend them back a little bit. Now, I'm going to do some fairy lights. And I've got an idea on this because I couldn't figure out how to put it in the bottom where you wouldn't see the snow. So we're going to do this guy, and we're going to do him the same thing that we did with our tree. We're going to glue him on the same way. So we're going to take this and we're going to kind of put it to the side of the tree where it's not going to show. And I think maybe he would be a little bit easier to put in on this side because we got to make sure we can also get to the switch as well as to turn him off. And so you can reach in there and turn that little guy off. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do some of the E6000. And sometimes you have to clean the boogers off of the E6000. There we go. And I'm going to leave the outside open so I can put the glue gun on the outside. Now, depending on how hot your glue gun is, you may want a low temp. But we do want time to be able to work with this. So, that is up to you. So, I'm going to take him and put him all the way up to the top, all the way to the back, so I can get my thumb in there and put that on and off switch. Now I also want this so that I can put this in the corner and bring that down. And what I'm going to use to help get that stable is some masking tape. Now I'm going to color this masking tape a little bit to be more the color of the lantern. And I don't need all of this, so we're going to cut some of this off. So that about that big by that big. And I'm going to put that down over the top of that light strand to hold it in place. Now, if you think that you feel that you need another one, then go ahead and do another one a little bit further down, but I don't know if I think it needs that. So we're going to play with our lights just a little bit here and just get them all untangled. We want to kind of get them around that tree and everything too. So I get it here. And if you can do yours without unwinding them first, it's easier to do it that way, then go ahead and do it that way. And I think I'm going to put, this is not going to show, so I'm going to put that piece of masking tape holding it to the bottom. Alright, so now we just want to kind of put this around the tree, around the sides. Another piece of advice is if you could get that in before the tree, that'd be easier. You would just have to get your tree in there without getting glued to the light. So either way, we do carry the lights at miriamjoy.com because we wanted to have some nice lanterns for you to go with this time of season. So check for the lanterns at miriamjoy.com. If you have any issues, send us an email or contact us. Now I'm going to use faux snow here. Isn't that one fun to say? It's one of those weird ones that should be fox snow. I'm going to use the littler size. We've got a couple of sizes, but this one's a little bit smaller. And I want to put this in far enough that it covers up the white parts of that tape that we talked about. Now, what we're going to have to do here, though, is while we're working, and these are a pain in the tushy to get everywhere, so kind of keep them corralled if you can. We're going to tip this backwards and see if we need to do some more. And you can see how the lights are starting to show up in the snow. And if you want to leave them up a little bit and some underneath, then do that. We don't need too many more here, just a tad, I think. I should put these on a dog. Wouldn't that be fun? I bet he wouldn't think so. And after you've got those open, you may want to put them into a Tupperware container or a plastic container of some kind. And we don't want these too much that it comes over the door. So we've got those in there. So I'm going to shut that up, and we're going to get ready to do the top of our lantern. So I went and got some miniatures. They were carrying them at Dollar Tree. I have a little snowman in over there, and we're going to try a little sled over here because these are going to go on top, so they kind of show up. And getting these little balls in and keeping them in is not fun. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so you do have to be a little bit more careful with those, unless you had something that you wanted to set those on before you put the balls in. And we have little tiny logs, I guess you would say they're kind of aspen blocks. Those would work, or something like that, or a piece of a cork or something, just to keep them stable. So anything like that. But isn't that really cute? Now we're going to finish them off with the top. So I'm going to do a ribbon. We're tucking him under our lantern. I'm going to bring him towards the door. Make sure I have it tucked in and facing the right way first. We're going to tie him nice and tight all the way around here. We were discussing several different things to put on this, so it's kind of up to you. And if you wanted a bigger bow, you could do a bigger bow. I thought this needed a smaller bow, but the red, to bring in the red truck. And if your bow happens to be wrinkled, get a water bottle and squirt your ribbon and kind of unwrinkle it. You also could probably use a fabric spray on it, the wrinkle release spray. So we want these kind of down, but we don't want them where they're covering up anything. So we want to make sure of that. And that ribbon just adds so much. I'm going to add some greenery. I usually have part of a garland, but they sell these at Dollar Tree, and I think there's 12 in a stack, and they're great because you can tie things on with them. There's a bunch you can do with that, but you can use them just as garland pieces as well. So, and you want to make sure that the part going this way is your top, not your bottom. And I think I want at least 2, maybe even 3 in there. And this is already turning out so cute. I love this idea. want to make this one just a little bit smaller, and I might even put 3 on one side and 2 on the other. There's no reason you can't do that. And then once we glue those in, I'm going to bring in a pine cone. So, let me get these going real quick here. Now, make sure you're gluing to your ribbon because it is absorbent. Your top of your lantern is not absorbent. So we're kind of tucking the glue back in there and sticking everything in there so it covers it up as well. I want that one kind of more towards the center. We'll see if we like. Now remember, we want to open and close this door, so we don't want to get that too far down. So we want to kind of see which pine cone we like. And I like the smaller fat. I think these are from our cedar trees or pinon trees around here. And if you even wanted to put some red berries in it to stick it out a little bit, you could, but you want to, like I said, make sure. Oh, see, here they come again. They're going to be in my nightmares. And you can turn your lights on or off with your little nail. If you need to use something to help you do that, you can do that too. So we've got it off, and then we've got it back on. Isn't that a lot of fun? I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and watching these little balls. It would drive your cats crazy if you could handle them, but I really like how cute and adorable that is. There's other things you could do in the lanterns if you didn't want to do this. You could put lights with the pine cones in it. You could throw some of the greenery from the garland with lights in it, some bulbs, just a bunch of different ideas. So really think outside of the box and create your own thing. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you can't find the red trucks or the lantern, we do have those at miriamjoy.com, and we've also got some little lights in it as well. So there's all kinds of fun things you could do. You also could put your ribbon on the handle here, so it would be more up on top instead of on the front if you wanted to. There's just lots of things you could do. Make it your own. Change it to snowflakes. It'd be awesome with snowflakes in the center. And just have fun with it. Merry Christmas.